Hey there, you me and DC fans, and welcome if you're new. I am the stepson of Krypton, coming to you today with Batman number 4. Now, I know, guys, I apologize. This one is a bit late. We've had so much going on with the KO event and all the different fights that it's taken some time to get all of these out here and to get them on the release schedule. So I apologize. I will do a better job at trying to keep up with them going forward. Let me know down in the comments. Are you liking the Batman? Do you want me to continue on with it? Because we do have a lot going on in the comics. So if this one's just too much, or if you guys just aren't enjoying it, let me know. We can nix it on here. But I'm excited to get on into this one. So let's go. All right, guys, before we get on into the issue, I wanted to kind of something that just kind of hit me when I see this issue. So when I see the Minotaur, obviously there, it reminds me. I don't know how many people are fans of the animated series, the original Batman, the animated series. But if you remember, it's in season 1. It's like episode 40 or something like that. There is a big gigantic maze that the Riddler makes, and at the end of it, there's a massive Minotaur that's gonna bring the sword down and kill Batman. He has to solve this riddle. For whatever reason, as soon as I saw Minotaur guy there, it just reminded me of that. I don't know if that's where they're going with it or not, but it just made me think of it. Let me know down in the comments, does it make you think of that if you remember that episode from Batman the Animated Series?
Millions of eyes, yet I live in darkness. I have millions of ears, yet only 4 lobes.
But getting into the issue, we open up this issue at the Port of Gotham. And in true Gotham fashion, there's overnight 4 alarm fires with some buildings and apparently another ambush and more people shot. We then see a man in a Minotaur helmet getting some updates about what has happened. And two of the gangs in Gotham tried to pull a job. They were trying to keep it off the books. And then they decided they were going to give up the diamonds. They hit them in a gas tank. And as they put it, some random rat ass under gang tried to steal the truck. And now the truck's been impounded. Nobody's got any money. Everyone is locked in a gang war. This sounds like a conspiracy, and they need to find the rat. Minotaur Man decides he is going to freeze the accounts of the Taurus. This syndicate made up of the most powerful crime families in Gotham. If all they care about is money, he's going to take that away until they can learn to act like men. This should ruin everybody's night. Switching over to Wayne Experimental Sciences building, Bruce is trying to get the attention of Dr. Zeller. But it looks like Bruce is going to have to go through Dr. Batman first. This universe really likes its stuffed bats. She is frustrated by the interruption and has no time for new guys coming in and derailing her train of thought. So, Bruce plays the game and asks Dr. Batman, why titanographene? It's rare, expensive, difficult to fabricate. But Zeller interrupts with, they play the long game around here. Here, they're fighting the forever war, and it's better to build for the future, even if that means spending a bunch of money and not seeing a lot of return for a very long time. That's a tough sell to somebody like Bruce Wayne, and if she could ever get a meeting with him, she would explain. But just as Bruce hits the stop button on her treadmill, it sends her falling into his arms. And Zeller's got an ass on her, just FYI. As he's holding her, she asks if they've met. Now, technically they haven't, but if you remember from the first issue, Batman was standing there with Dr. Zeller when Croc got loose. If she knew all it took to get in a room with Bruce Wayne was a robbery, she would have done it a year ago. But it seems like she got more than just a minute with him as he walks out telling her tomorrow night at 7. And let's hope she isn't going to wear the pink Crocs to dinner. We then head over to Paper Row and at the Gotham Eve newspaper, and the place is dead as fried chicken. Between the internet and the money vampires and the downsizing, no one is reading the paper anymore. But that is not why Jack was fired. He's a drunk, but he might be onto something. A few minutes and some yelling go by, and Jack storms out of the office pissed. His boss attributing what he had to show him as the idea of a drunk, nothing more. After all, red steam coming out of manholes instead of white. That's crazy. But from Little Tokyo to the Thieves Guild, Wolf Hill, and all the way up the Bowery, Red Steam is coming up. And now a spokesperson for the DWP insists nothing is wrong and they can all go back to sleep. Everything is fine. Although there has been no explanation to the cause of the red steam. We then see a guy looking at a map of Gotham, trying to keep himself calm. And all of a sudden, a couple of his buddies are thrown through their window. But luckily, there was a note left. A very uplifting note from Batman. Friends of yours seem pretty stupid. That looks up my leaf. And with that, the mask is on, and he's out the door to make a run for it. Sadly, his attempts at trying to jump out the window did not work, as Batman uses his bat hook to swing down and catch him. And we get a nice little infographic about the bat hook there. That's one of my favorite parts of these comics is the little infographics. So what was Lonnie's plan? This, of course, is Lonnie Machin, or Machin, however you want to say his last name. They kind of pronounce it a little differently, in every iteration. And for my Arrowverse fans out there, you may remember him. He showed up in season 4, and I think in one episode of season 5, played by Alexander Calvert. I believe that's how you say his name. He's the guy that Thea burns like half of his face off, and he's working for Damien Dark for a little bit. Batman isn't impressed with Lonnie's plan. And even when he tries to dose Batman with some kind of spray, it only resorts to a swift kick in the face. And that looks like it hurt a bit. While Lonnie hangs upside down, we learn it was him that tried to steal the truck that the diamonds were in the gas tank from the beginning of the issue. But I don't feel like this job was worth only $1,000, as he now has all of Gotham's most powerful gangs after him. Lonnie is ready to turn himself in to get protection from the police, obviously scared by the way he jumped out a window without a plan or a bat hook. But now it's Lonnie that isn't impressed with Batman. How has the world's greatest detective not noticed that crime in Gotham seems like it's being organized, that the freaks are laying low? He tells Batman there's a new guy in charge. In a shocking twist, we now go to Old Wayne Manor, looking pretty rundown, and we see Savage welcome the Taurus. Similar to the Continental and John Wick, they have protection while on premises. They can't be hurt or killed. But Savage isn't the one leading this meeting. It is the Minitour.
A Minotaur.
Now, obviously, this syndicate is called the Taurus, which refers to a type of a knot. A prime knot, to be exact. But we won't get into hyperbolic knots and knot theory today. Don't have time for it. And as Minotaur Man explains that each of the families control different aspects of elements of crime in Gotham, with him being the bank. Things work as long as they work in harmony. And while profits have been good year over year, over 400%, the current unpleasantness, they're going to miss their quarterly projections. So he froze everybody's accounts to get their attention. But in case that didn't do it, he gathered a member of each of their families. Outraged, some of the members speak out, but they are quickly silenced. And the Minotaur Man explains, this isn't a gang or a family, but it's an algorithm of crime. Hence the name. Going back to the prime knots, prime numbers, and all that math. He has built an empire with infinite earning potential, able to scale to the entire world. But to show them the power of working together and the power of betrayal, with a close of his fist, bam, we hear several shots fired. Their loved ones are dead. And the narration from Lonnie as Batman swings through the city, Batman is too late. They have Gotham, and there is no way out. And that's where this issue ends. Now, I think it's pretty exciting that we see Minotaur guy and Vandal Savage is there, so we know he's not the Minotaur guy. We see Oswald Cobblepot there, so we know he's not the Minotaur guy. So now it kind of makes me think, and we think the intellect that this person is portraying, right? That could this be Riddler? I don't know. Maybe it's just hopeful because, again, that episode always plays in my mind just because of the riddle that he poses to Batman. I always think about that every so often. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But before you do that, you might as well go ahead and give this video a like, subscribing to the channel, and having your bell notifications clicked. That way you get alerted as the new Batmans come out, as well as Mantis is putting out all the Batmans and everything we do in the Absolute Universe. We've got the KO event going on, not to mention all of the latest news coming from the DCU and with WB, James Gunn, and all that craziness going on, guys. A lot going on. Have the bell notifications clicked so you get alerted when those come out. And that is going to do it for me on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, guys, we'll see you then.